Hi, everybody. There's Artie.
Say hi, Artie.
Hi, everybody.
Artie's been sneezing, so he's here in my lap.
Oh, poor baby. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I wanted to give thanks to Terry Solars, who left me a post on my community page. Any viewers that we have here tonight that are in Wisconsin or Minnesota, if you have not yet turned in your ballots, do not put them in the mail. Please see about having it dropped off. If you cannot physically make it there, see if you can arrange for someone to drop off your ballot for you. And I believe that there's a couple of other states that are not accepting ballots that are mailed the day of November 3rd. So I'm not sure what all the states are. Perry told me Wisconsin and Minnesota. Please check your local state and your local area and make sure that you get those ballots out, even if you have to arrange to have them hand delivered. Oh, there's Terry. Hi, Terry. So hello to Sunflower and Cappy's mom and everybody else that's in tonight. Thanks for joining us. I think, is everybody excited? 2 more days. Yeah, well, actually, a day and a half.
FYI to some of the moderators, I added a lot more moderators from who you guys had as moderators.
Yeah.
I upped my moderator count by about 10 for election night because I figured there's going to be a lot of trolls and people coming and going a lot. So don't be surprised, you guys, if you log into my live stream and see you're a moderator now.
Yeah. So we're prepping for Tuesday night. It will be hosted on Jenn's channel. We're going to have about 10 readers. So feel free to hang out with us Tuesday. It's going to be fun. So yeah,
probably for at least 4 or 5 hours. So we'll be coming and going and taking breaks, but with that many readers, hopefully we can keep it going for you.
Yeah. So anybody got anything else?
The only other thing is on the Tuesday night super chats, all super chats are going to go to feedingamerica.org because Trump's doing nothing with stimulus or anything. So we've got a lot of people going hungry. So all super chats on Tuesday night will go to feedingamerica.org.
Yes.
They have very little overhead. So the majority of the money goes to actually buying the food and delivering it.
What time will we be starting, Jenn, on Tuesday night?
6 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Central time.
And that's 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I think we'll all go ahead and post it on our community page to let you know. It will be hosted on Jenny's channel.
Yeah, we've got Lori from the Way of Positive Change. We've got Adrian from Red Lentil Healing, Ona from Ona's Tarot, Sienna Rose, Ganga, Autumn from Black and Orange, and maybe another surprise or two. So plus us.
Yes. So
and of course Artie and Lucy if she cares to make an appearance.
So we'll all be there. It's going to be a full house.
Lucy will make an appearance. She loves popcorn.
It'll be a full house. So with that, I think we're done with public service announcements. Thought we would start off with something light. Thank you, The Square Peg. Because someone left a comment on Jenny's page I thought was really funny. How and where is Trump going to be celebrating his next birthday?
Which is June 14th, 2021.
How is Trump going to be celebrating his next birthday?
I can't spell. I'm sorry. I'll be there in just a second. Lynn finally texted me back now.
Is Lynn going to join us?
Yes.
So we will also have Lynn from Lynn Tarot readings on the channel, on Jenny's channel Tuesday night.
But she didn't have your email address, and so I had to send it out to her.
Yes.
So let's see.
I had to upgrade my StreamYard so we can have 10 different readers on in case we're all on at this one time at some point. I have no clue when anybody's joining us or for how long. So
Mhm.
you'll just have to stay tuned to see. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you, Suzanne. We are going to ride that blue wave, honey. It's going to be a tsunami like you've never seen.
Surfing the tsunami.
Yep. Hi, Susan B. Nice to see you. Let's see. Where is Donald Trump going to be celebrating his next birthday?
In the bowels of a solution.
Oh my goodness, Peggy. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Where is he going to be celebrating his next birthday?
Oh, it's not going to be a fun party.
And now I'm going to ask, where is he going to be celebrating his next
And
birthday?
this is in July.
Mm-hmm.
June 14th. He's Gemini.
First card, Ten of Swords. Good Jesus.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's what I got for first card. I'm like, that's going to hurt on his birthday.
Now, here's me with my Lenormand brain, because I tend to see the cards very literally. Could that possibly mean he's getting like Botox or surgical procedures?
Backstabbed, like people turning on him, flipping on him, telling all kinds of crap, probably, is what I'm getting. Yep, I'm getting like the nostalgia card, like he wants to have a fun party, but it's all over. Like, it's all ended, and his challenge is to have any friends. He doesn't have any friends to celebrate his birthday week.
Aww.
So he's like all strung up on his heels. He's got anxiety. He has judgment on him. He's got little Letitia James or court cases moving in with new actions. Pelosi's also moving in. He is stuck. He is just stuck. He has plans to take a trip, but he doesn't even get to do that. I'm sure he's going to be whining about it because he whines about everything. Poor me. I can't even go away. They won't let me out of the country.
What do you got, Johnny?
Well, actually, I do get that there is a bit of a hospital situation. There with the Ten of Swords, there is something lost. Here with the Knight of Swords is something cut. My card for nurses comes up again around the Ace of Swords. So it's a lot of very swift energy. And then I get the Healing card here at the end. So there may be some sort of thing that might be stuck in the past or try to reverse aging. So it might be something of that sort, because around the reverse aging is the Nine of Cups. It's something in his head. So I think he may have a bit of a trip to the what do you call them people? The Botox people or something like that.
He's going to go see Melania's doctor and get the pull my forehead to the back of my head look. I'm getting that there's going to be news about him. He's with the writer here, news and feedback. This is rest and relaxation, but he's suffering. A painful retirement, suffering associated to old age. And then I asked where, somewhere where he's not going to be successful. He's going to be fighting something, and there's going to be a lot of problems coming out of that. So
I just asked where, and I get justice on the bottom, so probably in courts. I get Melania right in the center. So with Melania, maybe in court, maybe he's getting a divorce or something, because his challenge is to be the lovers. Ain't no loving. They are fighting. They are fighting. And he's trying to get away with something with Melania. So probably reneging on the prenup. He's trying to hang on to his money. But it's completion of something. So completion of the marriage, ending of the marriage. I get he is not accepting any of it. He's trying to work out the details of whatever the agreement is, but she's moving forward with the courts and securing money, and he's just losing his mind.
Okay. Well, that brings up, I did the November reads and all that for them.
Uh-huh.
And it shows that she is securing money, just like you just said. So can we look and be nosy and see what their relationship is going to be like? Or
I get my petty boots on.
because I didn't say I don't know necessarily if she's getting it from him. It's just that she's securing a bunch of money. And they are not necessarily on the greatest of terms anyway. So
it just makes me wonder, though, how is she securing money if homeboy is broke?
it might not be from him. And then again, we say he's broke, but there has to be something there.
Johnie, he's over $1 billion in debt. $1 billion.
He could sell some stuff.
And we always keep getting there's a problem with his properties too. So maybe there's some liquidation to try to pay off debt. I don't know. I won't even assume to know.
It can be campaign money. It can be inaugural fund money.
Yeah.
There might be stashing some money away again.
Yeah.
So let's see, Melania, where's your money coming from? What that you're
Are we
stashing?
looking at the money or are we looking at their relationship?
We'll do both.
I'm going to look at their relationship 2021.
I'm going to look at where's she getting money from right now that she's stashing, because that did come up in Johnny's reading the other day, yesterday, or this morning. I was watching all those this morning.
I don't remember none of them either. Gosh. Okay.
Oh, there's that justice card again.
So, Melania, actually, I want to do that read too. Where is she getting money from right now? So.
Where'd you get your money from?
She's stealing it.
Relationship. I'm going to do an oracle on their relationship.
She is stealing it. She's been doing it for a while. She's been stealing some money for a while. She's got, the winning at all cost card and karma's on them. She's very anxious, so she's charging in to get the money. I think part of it is probably for inaugural funds or campaign funds, something to keep him in the White House. She is stealing it. And she's creating some chaos around it too. She is not having anything to do with businessman Trump anymore. So she wants to sit pretty financially, and she's hiding it away. She's hermiting it away, and it's quite a bit. It's her legacy money. She's going to wait to spend any of it, but yeah, she's watching her money.
What are you getting, Johnie?
There was a super chat just now. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, so there is a fight in the family. I did a separate thing, but it came up anyway. There's a fight in the family and some walking away. And so I don't know if this is just a separation or if this is a divorce. I don't get any legal cards, but there is a fight in the family and somebody is going to New Horizons. It may be a situation to where he lives in Mar-a-Lago and she lives in, Saskatchewan for some reason. But there is some loss and some grief, and it is involving money. So she is taking it from somebody, and whoever that is does feel this in particular loss, and it is surrounding that family too. Here she is, Queen of Pentacles. She's secure, and she is elsewhere. So they are separated. I don't know if divorce, but they are definitely separated. When I did the oracle, I get blocked, seduction, doom. So they have a doomed relationship, but I mean, it wasn't built on love anyway, so it's kind of no brainer there, but yeah, she's taking it.
She's an opportunist and he's a predator. So,
Yeah.
go figure.
Match made in heaven, right?
Yeah.
So I asked about their relationship next year. She goes away. She may have only gotten married here, the marriage, for a passport, a visa, citizenship, because here's paperwork to journey far, to go away, to transfer, to move, to go on vacation, to go to distant lands, and there's the marriage. So she goes back to whatever rock she slithered out from under, but it's like she goes away. She's committed to journeying far away.
Does she give up her U.S. citizenship?
Ooh, that's a good question, because this just shows that a citizenship here with the letter, and then the ship, which is transfer, it's journeys, it's distant, and then the ring. So she only married for that. Thank you, Desiree. So let's see, because I asked where she's getting her money from.
Yeah, will she try to go overseas and give up her U.S. citizenship and go somewhere she
Because
can't?
here it's saying that she's separated, officially separated here with the tower and the scythe. Official separation, separated from an institution or government or a corporation or some sort of an enterprise. She's separated, but then there's opportunity there for her in her career and reputation, but she sees there's big problems there. It's almost like her reputation is mud, but she's officially separated somehow. So that's a good question, Jenny.
Melania give up her citizenship.
But then her parents too, because her parents came here on what Trump calls chain migration.
Yeah, so, take them back too, but they probably are less likely to end up in court like she will.
Yeah.
She's gonna give up her U.S. citizenship.
Melania Trump give up U.S. citizenship.
I get that there is some sort of holding on to whatever document this would be, but it has a shady past in the first place. So there might be something that whoever would be curious to look into should look into it. But I just get relocation. She's definitely moving, but I think that she holds on to whatever document this is.
So are we talking like Einstein visa? I'm sorry, I almost slipped and said Epstein visa, but Einstein visa on that one? Huh.
Because she's forced, though, here with the Five of Swords is in the middle. She's forced to, well, not forced to leave, but I'll say forced to leave. I think she leaves out of necessity for something. Maybe she's escaping inauguration research. But whatever the case may be, she leaves on her own accord because she feels as though the world's going to come against her anyway. And she didn't give up the document. Maybe it's the marriage license, but I don't get the love card. But she didn't give up the document.
I don't get a yes on giving up her citizenship, but she's juggling a lot, trying to find her balance, and she's waiting on giving up the document. So I have the hangman in the past. She knows Trump's going to be strung up by his heels. The marriage is complete. It's over. It's done. There is a big change crowning her, though, and she is out in the cold. Here she is with another man, a fire sign man, and she's protecting what she's got. And I got the pack your bags, you're moving card. She is moving to higher ground, and she's taking a little charity from the man, so she doesn't have all the funds to do it.
I'm kind of getting the same thing, you guys. I'm getting that there's fighting here, and then there's a change and an improvement financially, but there's also a change and improvement, and she moved towards someone that's already an executive. So this person would be like CEO, CFO, top level type
actually
of
has money.
someone that actually has money. So gold diggers got to dig for gold, right?
She does.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. So the Young Turks reported, I believe about 2 or 3 hours ago when I caught the video, that it was reported on Axios that Donald Trump and his team have been working for weeks now. And their strategy is that he is going to declare victory the night of the election. Regardless, of what happens, he's going to declare victory like right off the bat. So what's going to happen with that? To his declaration of, I mean, we were all anticipating it anyways, but let's see.
Thank you, JR and Pam.
Thank you, JR and Pam. What happened? Trump's declaration of victory the night of the elections.
This is going to be his card for a while. The hangman, delayed, strung up by his heels.
Thank you, Catherine.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I'm coming over, Connie. I see that you're making chicken Alfredo. I'll be right over.
Yeah. 2 plates. Yeah, he's going to be celebrating. Look, I won. His challenge is completion. The election isn't complete. He is burdened. He is losing, but he's going to try to secure it. And he's going to try to get some like-minded people to reiterate the same thing. He is delusional. He's just not accepting that he lost. I get that there will be some collaborations going on that are going to bring some change that causes him even more anxiety. Now, in my head, I started asking, okay, well, what are these collaborations? Healing and new actions. The Republicans, some of the Republicans start betraying him. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Some of the Republicans that have been with him for a long time start betraying him. So they're going to speak out and say, no, dude, you lost.
What you got, Johnny?
I got it's part of his delusion, and Spirit said, pull the cards, but don't worry about it. It's kind of like, pull the cards, but you know what this is. Here we have this that he cannot escape. The new leader come in, king and queen, man and woman, team, same suit. They come in. This is, again, part of his delusion with the 9 of Cups and the Moon card. Severe delusion. It ends in the 5 of Pentacles. He's going to be tossed out anyway. Let him say whatever he needs to say. Let him do whatever he needs to do. He's going to be thrown out anyway.
Bye-bye. So let me bring you guys down really quick because I pulled a pretty long line here. Dog, bouquet, tree, mice. Mice is central to the reading. Thank you, Larry Buddha Boy. Clover, Crossroads, and Rider. His supporters are going to be happy. Those deeply rooted, crazy people that are nuts, they're going to be pretty happy. But then it does come out that his opportunity was diminished. It was made small. If this is in regards to the electoral vote, the crossroads is a choice, a decision, alternatives and options. And it can also be quite literally where you go to vote. Okay. If this is being literal, he's probably getting like 200 or around 220 or so electoral votes. If you look at the crossroads, this is number 22. Clover is number 2. So he's probably at 222 or 220 or 230, something like that. And the news is going to come out anyways, that it's a loss for him. The supporters are going to be happy. But there's a group of them that I would be worried about because those people are not right in the head and they will move into action, is what I'm trying to say. So
let's ask my question of will Biden win by more than 300 electoral college votes?
okay.
How many total are there? I can't remember. You have to have 273, I think, to win.
Uh-huh.
But I can't remember how many total there are. Anybody in chat know?
Yeah.
Type it in for us. Will Biden win by more than 300 electoral college votes?
There's 538 total in the electorate.
So Biden,
if that Fred is being literal, I only see him in the 200s, 220, 20 something, 230 something, but it was 222. It could be 221 with 22 and one Crossroads and Ryder. Thank you, Jeff.
I'm just surprised it'd even be that high, but
I know. I'm surprised it's not something like 12. 12 electoral votes, and they all come from Florida. No, just kidding.
North Dakota, South Dakota, they get way too many electoral college votes. Even with 5 people in them whole 2 states.
Joe Biden win by more than Joe Biden win the electoral college by more than 300. That's a big old yes for me. I'm stopping there with the Sun card. So
I'm getting all this other crap. I get like this whole story. There's the college. That's my school card. So that's my electoral college votes. I get patience. Like it may take a while to get the electoral college votes because they're stuck, having to count everything. They are getting bullied. So we have to watch out for that. And that's been going on for a little while. But they will finally transition into the actual vote counts. I do think whatever the count is, it ends up going to court rather quickly once the electoral vote is put in. But I get a big old yes, and I do get Biden secures the election because he's got so many. So it kind of goes nowhere. They look at Trump as just erratic when he takes it to court.
what are you getting, Johnny?
Well, I asked if he would get the majority, and I got yes. Instead of try, because I can't do numbers very well with tarot. They don't work for me. So I just asked, would he get the majority? And so I did a yes. Okay.
All right. So that kind of segues us into the next question. We already know that he's going to declare victory. We already know he's going to take it to the Supreme Court and everywhere else and whine and complain that, oh my, they stole the election. It's mine. But Iran did it. China did it. I won. What is William Barr's plan for the election?
He's been kind of quiet this week. Haven't seen him. The only one I've been seeing is Rudy, who's and Tucker Carlson with his documents that went missing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Barr has been a complete ghost.
What's his plan for the election?
Yeah, because they're going to take it to court, Johnny. So what's William Barr going to, and for those of you that did not know, the judge slammed Trump and the DOJ, saying that Trump cannot use the Department of Justice as his personal attorneys to fight the court case against that woman that with the dress. I forget her name. Is it Eugene?
Eugene Carroll. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, and thank you, Patrick.
Thank you.
Eugene Carroll. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then he's got Sullivan, or Judge Sullivan on the other side that's just making them all toe the line.
Yeah.
God for him. I surround him with protection white light every night. Keep him safe. What is Barr's plan?
Well, I get there is a supportive action here, basically to try to hang on to election results and the election itself, trying to block support for the other side with the two swords and the lovers. There is also going to try to be a effort to delegitimize a lot of votes and say a bunch of them were illegal or we didn't get them in time and oops, it fell down the drain and all this kind of garbage. And it's, of course, all for the fool and for manipulation. But it ends in my America card and the Four of Pentacles. This is something I don't think they can make the biggest of dents in because something here is being held very closely. So it's not just him that can manipulate an election. If they choose to stand up for themselves, the Democrats have a lot of options too.
Yeah, he does have a plan that he's going to move forward with. He's the emissary for the king. The challenge are Republicans. So like I was saying earlier, some Republicans are going to turn against Trump. He is already kind of transitioning away from Trump. We have coronavirus here at the root of things, and we've got Biden crowning the reading as the winner. He doesn't like it. He doesn't really accept the elections, so he'll challenge the elections also. But he'll move forward with some delusional tactic about the votes. And I think it'll have to do with the Electoral College. He's going to have to give it up. He'll have to walk away from the challenge because he's just delusional. He's got nothing,
It'll be obvious.
It'll be so obvious, but it looks like he's already in his head. He's already leaving the administration.
Which is so weird that he would jump on that last grenade, considering Trump has already told the entire world, when I win re-election, I'm getting rid of William Barr. So why would you know what I mean? But anyways,
yeah. So it's like a half-hearted attempt, and he may intentionally do something delusional just to show, there you go, Trump, I tried something for you. Fire me now.
So in this line of 5, I got the anchor, the bouquet, the storks, the clouds, and the snake. He's going to try to secure something and be persistent to bring about happiness and satisfaction because they're going to try to make a change and improve something. However, that's going to end up in huge problems here with the clouds. And it's all going to be a lie and a betrayal and trouble here with the snakes. So whatever he's planning to do, it's going to backfire. It's nothing but trouble. So it doesn't go anywhere. So watch out for gaslighting and lies, but that's all that they got left.
So let's ask, is he going to leave before the inauguration? Is William Barr going to leave the administration before the inauguration? Because I think he's already got plans to pack his bag.
Running through my head.
He is halfway there already.
Ass and elbows, Jenny. Ass and elbows.
Ass and elbows. Right, Artie?
So could you imagine him? He's got 2 months left and he has no attorney general now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got no personal lawyer now. This is what it'll be.
He'll bring up Rudy Giuliani and be like, look, I need you to do me a favor, though. Come be my AG. Oh, my God. So will William Barr leave before inauguration? Yeah.
Artie says yes.
Yeah?
He's very psychic.
Uh,
I think he will. I think he'll move on. What are you getting, Johnny?
I don't know.
I've got
I get the feeling that there is a yes, but I don't believe it myself actually, because I get the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. It's like a quick turnaround. Like soon as they know what's going to happen, he's like, okay, I need to go to another horizon. Here with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, he has something else to do. He is elevated here in the government, but I get the change around that, like a dramatic change.
like, does he get fired or does he leave?
He leaves, but he's taking something at the same time. Like whatever it is, he's taking something at the exact same time. So it's not. Trump may be mad at him, and then maybe that gives him the cover to leave. But I think he wants to leave now. But but I believe so. I think he leaves.
I think he is crashing and burning in the courts with the tower and the courts and justice. He's all anxious. He's having to defend himself. I get a big old yes card because justice is on him. I get a little nostalgia for the good old days. He is not really accepting everything that's going on, but he does steal something. He does take something with him, and he moves on. It's somewhere in hiding. He moves on.
They're saying here in the chat, Carla Rutherford is saying that Trump protesters were at William Barr's house this weekend because William Barr wouldn't jail Biden and Trump's political enemies. So I'm getting the coffin, the child, and the mice, an ending and a loss. These are two loss cards. There's a mental breakdown here as well. There's an ending here, and new anxieties, new stress, new losses. And whatever has been lost here is being made small here and here. So it's like he's not there. And then I'm getting something that is health related. There's health, and then there's opportunity or hope here, a risk, a gamble, and then a new direction, going in a new direction. So it may be health related because this is saying a mental breakdown, a nervous breakdown. So
maybe he gets surgically removed from Trump's behind.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to need it. Call Melania's doctor. Okay, so I had another question. How is the public going to respond to the election results? Like overall the country?
On election night or after, or once the total's in?
Yeah, once the total is in.
Ooh, emotions overflowing. Dancing in the streets. Yeah, people moving into action with great joy, like so flooding the streets. Like Biden is strong, and they're just moving forward to getting the thief out. It's like people feel empowered again. They feel like we've gotten our power back. There will be some anxiety, so that's probably caused by Trumpsters. Yeah, so people need to kind of be on guard and watch out for them. But their numbers are much smaller, so
What are you getting, Johnie?
I get milk and honey and happy, happy. Milk and honey is pleasures, and happy, happy is happy, happy.
Happy, happy.
My tarot said a whole different thing, so I had to pull the oracle. I wasn't even talking about it anymore. Now, it did say that that'd be a rise in tension, of course, because of the emperor is changed. And so you have the Seven of Pentacles and the moon, something built up. And so this is why these different communities are boarding up their businesses and doing all these different things, because they have been led to believe that, the Trump boys is what I call them.
Yep.
Are going to go out and do something stupid because they think they're brave walking around a free country with a big gun. So there you go.
I asked about the overall vibe in the country with the election results. It's telling me something totally different. I got the man, the bouquet, the birds, the sun, the snake, the mountain rider, fish, and bear. He's going to be very happy, declaring victory, that he's successful here. He's going to be lying, and then there's going to be delays, headaches. He's going to be lying that he's not leaving. He's blocking it here. So watch out for headaches and lies. Okay, there might be a bit of a frustration in the country because this SOB, you're going to have to extract him. Come January 21st, when he gets served eviction papers, you're going to have to extract this man. Also, the delays, the obstacles, the stopping of everything that has to do with his finances, that thing's going to come pouring out like the dam just busted. Because here's the delays. It comes behind the writer. Whatever was obstructed, delayed, blocked, procrastinated, delay, that all comes rushing out. And here's business and here's finances. So...
And he won't have his personal attorney there, it looks like. Bar will be gone.
So the country, it looks like, watch out for the lies. We're anticipating that anyway. He's going to be on a Twitter storm declaring victory. We already all over everywhere that he's victorious. Watch for the dams to break and the news to all change. And it's going to all be around his finances and his business. So...
And then it's going to be all ass and elbows.
Yep. Ass and elbows for everybody. Already has.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So he's already committing to a non-peaceful transition of power.
Mm-hmm.
And they may have to escort him out, which I would love to see. I think that would be the karmic thing of it all. That somebody would literally drag. He's like holding on to the door seal and they're like dragging him.
I would love to live in Washington area at that time. I would stand there with a megaphone saying, "Go, go!"
So, what's the conversation? This is what I want to know. What would the conversation be like between whoever and him that tells him he has to go? Is he going to scream and cuss and throw things, or is he going to weep and cry in private? Like the person who has to tell him, okay, we got to actually leave, otherwise they're going to arrest you. What is that conversation?
Cops, whoever shows up. That conversation. What is that conversation going to be like? Okay.
I would love to just see him just holding on to the door seal as they just snatch him.
And dragging him by his legs to where they pull down his pants.
Like, and then his wig falls off. And it's like, girl, you should have strapped your wig down.
Oh, Lord, have all the mercy. The conversation with the person that has to talk to Trump and tell him he has to leave, what is that going to be like?
I love to do conversation readings.
I get justice and the sun. So somebody would tell him, okay, legally you do need to vacate the premises. Otherwise, they will come get you to help you vacate the premises. And that may not be the most peaceful of transfer. And then there is a conversation here with the 8 of Wands and then the World. Like, it's over. Like, you really do need to be working on plan B. And then there is Judgment and the Page of Swords. Now he throws the tantrum. This is my card for children with behavioral issues. So he throws the tantrum, but it's still over. But whoever's got to tell him is going to get an earful. That's for sure.
Oh, I hope there's a whistleblower. I hope somebody's recording it. I really do.
It's definitely a man, and I got the karma card right on the bottom. It's like, it's karma, baby. It's like, you didn't get enough votes, sir. I'm sorry. So we're going to have to use our power and our authority to get you out. No, sir, I'm sorry. You didn't get the Electoral College votes. You didn't get that. So, the people have spoken, and we're going to use our strength to take you out of here if you don't walk out on your own. And by the way, don't forget to put your mask on because COVID's still out there. Come on, we can do this friendly if you want to, or we can do this the hard way if we want to. And by the way, we are going to block you out of here so you can't come back. We'll change the locks or whatever we have to do. And, we'll give you your own little space and your own little padded wagon, however you want to go, but keep going.
I would love it if a man of Spanish descent was the one to take him out of the White House.
Oh my God. Yes, please.
That was just so wonderful.
A Hispanic man. An Asian man, because he likes to call it the China virus, and a buttload of black men and black women to come in to get his ass. Everybody, he has to play.
I was getting it from that guy's perspective, whoever has to escort him out. Let me see if I can see it from Trump's perspective.
I'm getting that it's going to be very painful here. There's no independence here at all. Whatever conversations are had are going to be classified, confidential, and private. Okay. However, there is a chance here for fighting to escalating, adding to fighting. Now, this can turn into something physical because this is exercise. Anything that has a pattern, addictions. You may throw things, break things, but there's an opportunity here for things to elevate physically and verbally as well. So.
Oh, that would be even better. Somebody said a Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
Drag him out and then throw a paper towel at him.
I love it. I love having on petty boots.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I asked from Trump's perspective, and here's Trump on the bottom, the fool. It's like, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to charge at you. I'm like not moving here, and I'm going to stay right here. And, you can't come in here. You can't come in the White House. And then he's like going to tie himself to a furnace or something, tie himself to the radiator. And he's like clinging and hanging on, like, no. And he's keeping the guy waiting. And then it's like, he's crying, Mama. Mommy.
He's tying himself. Like, I can totally see him like tying himself to the chair or something like that. Like, you can't take me.
to the Resolute desk. He's like tying himself in.
But as Jay Rivera says, all you need to do is throw the bucket of chicken out the front door. There it goes. U.S. Marshals are waiting out there for you.
It hurts. Oh.
He'll probably lock himself in the bunker.
Okay. That's where he goes to hide from danger.
Oh, so here's another funny one. And I think we've read on this before, but let's read on it again. Which one of the Trumps goes to jail first? Which one of the Trumps goes to jail first?
Barron, because he's in jail now.
I can't wait till they make one of them squat and cough to see if anything falls out of their butt. Like, what have you put up there?
We're talking to you, Don Jr. Don't drop the soap, honey. Don't drop.
Like, you got some cocaine up there, like squat and cough, bud.
What are you talking about?
He was high as a kite in a windstorm on whatever show that was. You better go ahead and go to the donut shop 3 days a week.
Oh,
You better go ahead. Snort, snort, sniff, sniff. Who goes first?
which one of the Trumps goes to jail first?
They're probably all looking at Barron. Last in, first out.
The one that did something for the sexual affair, so I'm sticking with Junior. Because there is an affair here that is sexual that they get punished for. So I am going with, and if you look here, this is the, what is it? It's not Paige. That's tarot. Jack. Jack right there of spades. It's the young one that paid for the sexual affair. So I'm sticking with Junior. He's going to be the one that's going to have to watch out for dropping the soap first. What you all getting?
I definitely get it's one of the kids because I get the mother, and the challenge is the demon spawn that she's given birth to. So it's one of the kids, and it's one that has been shunned. They're very anxious also. I don't think the kids have the money that Dad had. I think they have no money to fall back.
Except Ivanka, she's been the smart one to stash stuff, but the other ones I think just committed crimes on his behalf.
It's one who has celebrated COVID, like, oh, we've gotten the cure for it, purely for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube, that's the dogma that he preaches. He's the emissary for the king, and he is going away, and he is going to get bullied a little bit when he goes away.
Bye-bye.
I feel like it's going to be Don Jr., full Junior.
I get Don Jr. too.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever is, I get the King of Swords first, which I thought, okay, maybe this is true. And then there's the moon there, but this person is tied to him or fights for him as he's walking away. So this is not Trump. This is a person within his inner circle with the 4 of Wands and the 3 of Wands here. And it ends in the King of Wands, which I get for Don Jr. So looks like Junior, squat and cough.
Yep.
Guff.
Dude, he's gonna get bullied so much when he doesn't have his girlfriend, that Kimberly Gargoyle, to defend him. She's something else, let me tell you. So here's another question. What happens to Trump if he doesn't go to prison? What happens to Donald Trump if he doesn't go to prison?
Oh, the prospect of it all. Meanwhile, you let somebody walk down the street with marijuana crumbs in their pocket, they go to jail for 400 years.
Mm-hmm. 400 years if you're a black man. 35 if you're a white man.
What happens? Oh, sweet Mary. Like I don't really care for him, but Lord, ain't none of these cards good. What's that? I almost feel bad for you a little bit. little taste of peace right now. I almost feel bad for you, but I don't. I can't. So what I think happens is he loses all his money to some man, or loses all his possessions, he starts to lose everything in the world, including his family members. I get the Ten of Swords, the Magician. There's a loss to power, loss to everything that you do have. This is also lost to spiritual connection. Not that you have one, but I won't judge your spirit. That ain't my job. But there is a loss to your spiritual connection because the Magician points up and down because he's the mediator between heaven and earth. So then there is a burden around the law with the Six of Swords. You're going to constantly be sued from here until Jesus come back.
You're going to be sued for the next 15 lifetimes.
There's something about the cheering here walking away. So maybe Dawn goes to the squad and sniff, and maybe goes that Ivanka, maybe she goes overseas with her mannequin husband. And then Junior is constantly back and forth out of court because he don't know how to keep the quiet parts quiet. So it's going to be a burden for them. And you are the cause of it. You are the root of it. So there's going to be a bit of a separation behind the scenes because, mind you, it's their father in front of people, but it's that wacko in behind the scenes. And then here's your family legacy, family money, but it goes elsewhere with the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So he starts to lose everything. If he does not go to jail, and I think it's probably a combination, even if he goes to jail, he's still going to lose everything anyway. So everything's going to start stripping away from him. Money, people, everything.
Yeah, it's like all the moneyed news and the illumination on the money comes out. He can't. His challenge is to make a plan. He can't make a plan. So wherever he is, he can't do anything. He's not accepting of it. He gets battle weary. He tries to block from going to jail. And in the courts, shows a lot of anxiety. And I think he goes to a little padded cell and, says, I'm mentally not right. And he gets nurturing somewhere in a little padded cell.
He can eat some Jell-O and Lorna Doone cookies.
Yeah. He gets his nurturing.
I'm getting that he's heading into a tornado of problems, and they all stem from his businesses here. Something that he has been persistent with, something that he has endured with his business, his money here, his prosperity. And what's coming in here with the changes, it's going to be repetitive arguing and huge problems. I'm talking like Cat 25 hurricane in regards to business. So money laundering here too with these two marrying. Huge problems around money laundering here. So I don't know, like what Johnie was saying, that he starts losing everything. I'm wondering if they're going to bring RICO charges against him because he's got all these fake accounts. Nobody's looked at his records for decades. I guarantee you there's at least 300 cases of money laundering, so.
And no, somebody commented in comments, no, I do not think he has a mental breakdown. I think he claims mental instability because he learned that from Roy Khan.
Yeah. Get out of jail free card. Okay, so we're going to be switching gears and going into a more sober subject here. Why are the hackers targeting hospitals? I guess there's been Russian hackers that are targeting hospitals.
They're ransomware hackers, like, pay up the money or we won't release your, system. So they do it for money, number one. But attacking the hospitals, let's see why they're targeting hospitals, because they could do it to any company.
But why hospitals? If you can do it to the hospitals, you can do it to the banks, you can do it anywhere.
The hospitals can't take in new patients when they've been hacked by the ransomware people. So therefore, the number of reported cases goes down, the number of reported deaths goes down because they're done through the hospitals. So there could be that aspect of it. Purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. want to get on somebody, go get on the Russians.
Yeah.
Get all the stupid Trump ads off my stuff. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
There was one sidebar. There was one that said, "Stop the zombie apocalypse and vote for Trump." And it had a picture of Biden with his mouth open or something. I'm thinking, that's not even clever. It's not funny. It's not what. Okay, fine. It's Trump, so stop thinking too hard on it. That's
Yeah. Common sense and flip it on its head. Done.
So
If
that
your
was my,
brain is wired to think, shut it off. Okay.
uh, so it's. I mean, they already stole the data,
Mm-hmm.
and they just want you to pay to unlock your system. Because I get it's not here, it's elsewhere. I know North Korea had their thing, the "You Want to Cry" thing is what theirs was called. To where you turn on your computer or whatever, and that's all you see. You don't see nothing until you pay whatever it is you need to pay in Bitcoin or something stupid. But it's elsewhere. It does target here with my Queen of Cups and my King of Cups are my medical cards. It does target medical information. So it's not necessarily they want your social security number. They want medical information, from cradle to grave type medical information. They want something about surgeries or whatever it is that you're there for, whatever kind of ailment, whatever kind of illness. And this is my COVID card for. So this is definitely centered around some sort of illness data. And I think it will be something that comes to the light. So you will sort of you will find out why. But they're targeting medical information.
There's a cooperation here. So they've got people here in the States that they're working with. That's what I'm getting. It's to be disruptive and to try to put some harsh judgment on the hospitals because they're working with people of like mind. They waited to do this till what I get is right before the elections. There's a reason that they moved into action now. And it was to try to hang up Biden and to manifest more problems for Biden. Like if Biden wins, for him to inherit more problems. It's a show of strength. And to show like, hey, we can do this for money all day long. We can affect your hospitals, your government, anything we want to. So to me, it looks like it was a message to Biden. Like, hey, we're going to do more of this when you're president. If you win.
Okay. I'm getting, here's the change or an improvement, an increase of something that is airborne, that is spreading, metastasizing, and eating away. And then here's the reward. However, that's covered. Here, with the storks, the stars, the bouquet, they're changing maps here. This is a change in location, a change in maps, and then the reward. There's the cover for something that is stolen. Also, they're stealing stuff that is technology here. So I don't know. I only pulled a line of 5 because this shows a change in the maps.
So they're camouflaging, by attacking the hospitals, what they're doing with the elections and
because
stuff.
Here's the cover.
Yeah.
For what they're really doing. And it's like a change to the maps for reward, for satisfaction, for pleasure, for joy. And here's the cover for what's being stolen. I think it goes this way on your screen. Yeah, a cover for what's being stolen. So, yeah. Interesting. Okay, next question. Will the Lincoln Party form a new political party? What will the Lincoln Party make?
The Lincoln Project.
The Lincoln Project. Sorry about that. Yes. Will the
Yeah.
Lincoln Project form a new political party?
I get a yes, because there is a particular candidate, especially in the 2024 election, that they may want to push.
Mm-hmm.
I get the Six of Pentacles and then the Nine of Swords. So right now they have a common goal, just to relieve the stress and the tension and all that good stuff. But there is a big picture for the government. So yes, and then it ends in the Two of Cups. There is somebody that they have in mind, and they would like to push that person. It may be not necessarily a female. It may be what's the word I want to use? A person to. It's kind of not to be insulting, but it'd be like a token person, somebody that like kind of like they did with Sarah Palin, to where she was just meant to cause some conversation and get people excited about something. So it'll be a person like that, maybe even celebrity or somebody that they need to push, but it'll be a big name for them anyway.
Yeah, I get it is a woman. Like they're going to push a woman. They're waiting to push a woman forward to show they're no longer the old man party, because there's so much judgment down on them. They're done with that. But there is big money behind them, so it's kind of like a Pelosi type person, somebody that knows how to get all the corporate donors and everything. There's a lot of burden on the Republican Party now and anxiety around them, and it's like time for it to put it to bed. So they're going to present something new in the government system and victory with that. So yeah, I'm getting trying to either a new party or reforming.
I'm getting yes on the new party, kind of like in lines with what Johnie says. Here's a man that is successful, triumphant, and is loyal and trusted. Now, with that said, are they going to commandeer the Democratic Party and try, because the Republican Party with Trumpism is that they fell off the cliff. So all
because if you go to like what Jenn said, and hey, look at us, we're not the old man party anymore. This is where they would come and say, we're not racist, we're not those guys.
Yep, it's just So here's another question: will Trumpism survive after Spanky is gone?
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Pam. Not sure if we said thank you to them.
Thank you. So will Trumpism survive after Spanky is gone?
So my intuitive interpretation is it will be a 3 to 6 month saga, and then they'll die down and go back under the rock. But the sad part is it's kind of like when people say racist things and then they get fired and people rejoice because they got fired. Well, they're still racist though. It's like now they're just racist and unemployed, but they're still racist. Like we didn't change the heart.
And racist and underground. I mean, look at the Tea Party under Sarah Palin. It just evolved into the, what is it? The
Freedom
Quackanon?
Yeah, the Freedom Caucus, which is now turning into the Quackanons. And
Yep,
they just keep evolving all their quacky crap.
They just get more and more radicalized. You know, I'm seeing. The question was for me: will Trumpism survive Donald Trump? I'm getting it's something that is deeply rooted. That is a mental illness here. That causes people to have nervous breakdowns, go crazy, paranoid, ill in the head. There's illness here. People are sick, and they're having stuff taken away. No, it looks like what stays is people that would benefit from seeing a professional about their mental health, because they're paranoid, crazy people.
They're severely burdened once Biden comes in. I mean, you know, the challenge is they want to stick around while Biden's in, because right now they're very strong. But so they will move into action here a little bit. But I get that quite a few of them are going to end up with court cases, just like the ones that tried to kidnap the Michigan governor. They end up with court cases, and America's got other plans. It's like they're left out. They feel like they're on the fringe, that they're getting the crumbs of what America is offering. So, you know, the Trumpsters need healing, but they've got an addiction to that way of thinking. So,
yeah. It's something that has always been there. He just came along and kicked over the rock and shone a light on it and let them just come out openly. It's always been there. It's not like these people just came out of nowhere. They've always been there. Always. Just put a light on it, you know? Did you go already, Johnie?
No. Thank you, Julianne.
Thank you, Julianne.
There is. So will it survive? Yes, basically, because here's the concept of it all. It's not really a Trumpism. It's just that's who they are, and this is their current leader. And so the lover and the emperor is here. Now, mind you, this is back in the day. Before Rider Waite, this card was depicted with 3 people on it. But this card is associated with Gemini, and so Arthur Waite came along and removed the 3rd person and put in an angel. This is, I think, Raphael, don't quote me on that. But anyway, he put an angel in. That way it's still just 2 people, and it sort of goes back to the whole Gemini thing. But there's always an extra person in the midst. If it's not Trump, it'll be somebody else. They just gravitate to whoever it is that they are closest to, whoever it is that's like-minded, whoever it is that sounds like they do, whether it's Rush Limbaugh, whether it's Donald Trump, whether it's whoever that comes out of the swamp. They will just gravitate to that person. Now, this does have a thing where they do need to be medicated because it is severely damaged.
it's brainwashed, like cultish.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you can't deprogram them. You can't.
Yeah.
And then you have the politicians in Washington that echo those same thoughts, but they do it in a covert way where it's like a dog whistle.
Mm-hmm.
So it reinforces. They've been doing this for decades. It's not going to go away. What else, Johnny?
This is deep-seated. The 10 of Pentacles is legacy. This is something that takes a while to cultivate. So it's a long-standing thing. This goes back beyond recorded history. People have always been hateful throughout time, but they've always been good too. So no long face. But the Wheel of Fortune is also a culmination of life, with the time and the fate and the destiny. And this is on the traditional depiction, it actually depicts.
What part is that, Johnny?
The Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, okay.
There's a snake over here. That card or that snake is called Typhoon. This is the creature that tried to overthrow Zeus, kind of like the devil tried to overthrow God. And so it's going to be a battle throughout time. It's going to be one of them things that goes on forever. It does not die. It just multiplies. Now, there will always be more of us than it is of them. They're just going to be louder. Therefore, it's going to feel like they never, ever go away.
I was trying to hold up the traditional Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, and that little snake on the side, that's the thing that tried to overthrow Zeus. But it was defeated. That's the evil thing. So it will always be there, though. And it is a mental and verbal thing. As you see the Sphinx on top of the Wheel of Fortune, that's the verbal. That's using your words appropriately. And then the sword being clarity and truth. So it will survive because it will change faces, but it will be the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately. So here's another one. The new administration, are they going to reinstate some of the career
like
people
FBI?
Yeah, I'm talking like Lieutenant Colonel VENMO, who resigned, Marie Yovanovitch, all of these well-respected, lifelong civil servants that were fired because they blew the whistle on Trump committing crimes. Will they be reinstated under the new
career DOJ and career FBI and career CIA people that have left
or have been fired, under Trump. Will the new administration reinstate?
Magician falls out. They may have a mediator. It's almost a little hard to imagine they wouldn't be if they desired such a thing.
Yeah, if they're
I wasn't even thinking about the question. I just start pulling damn cards.
yeah, I get there's quite a discussion about it. Like they're taking the wisdom within and their challenges to move into action on some of those people that have already moved on in the past. There's the challenges they want new. They want new people. So there's a little bit of cloudiness around it. There's a lot of discussion, arguing, bickering. But I do get that they finally settle on, in the structure of things, the ones, figure out the ones that they do want to plan on bringing back, and they do. But I don't think it's like a huge majority of people coming back. It feels more like a handful.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting, Johnie?
I get basically this. Here with the 10 of Wands, it is going to be a bit of a hassle for some, though, for whatever reason or another. But it is 10 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles combined. They are like really hard work. So whatever it is, this may start with long career officials first, like a VENMO or somebody like that. It is good news for the future here with the Star card. And the Page of Cups is the good news. Good news that elicits good emotions as well. This would be like if you had a proposal or childbirth or something of that nature. Something was stolen from them. So this is, I think the hard work part is more like a paperwork part, because they were cut off before they were able to retire. They were cut off before their pension. They were cut off before, anyway.
Yeah.
Trump involved, so you get what I'm saying. And then here's the Temperance. Temperance does have, in the traditional depiction again, does have a crown in it, which means that once you follow the road, you will meet victory, but you do have to go up the road first. And then it ends in strength. So it looks good for those who wish to come back into the throes of government.
I'm getting that there's 3 men in particular that were cut off by the administration as part of a cover-up. If you look here, this is the Jack of Diamonds, King of Hearts, King of Spades. So particularly 3 men. I don't know who this is. There may be one in particular that comes out of FBI. This is an institution here that does sneaky stuff, investigates. You don't see them. They're covert. It's a trap. Okay, so we're looking at FBI type people and people that were pretty high up, bosses of some sort. So I don't know if this is Comey or what's the other guy that they fired?
Andrew McCabe.
The day before he was supposed to retire to stick it to him. That guy, there's 3. There's 3 men that I'm seeing. Possibility of 1 woman, because the bear carries a lot of motherly type energy, like a matriarch. Not always, but maybe.
What if it's Sally Yates or somebody?
Sally Yates or something, because this is an institution that has sneaky people that investigate stuff. And then there's the boss, the executive, the person, a supervisor, a manager type, So, and they were cut off as part of the administration. 3 men.
I'm curious, will they bring Mueller back? To finish up anything with the investigations?
Oh, to do investigating?
Well,
yeah, because he got cut off short by Barr, so didn't get into anything financial, had to, shuffle stuff off to other people to handle. Will they bring Mueller back?
So in my reading, just to clarify for the people in the chat, I'm seeing mostly FBI. That's what I see in mine. There may be others. That's what my cards are showing. So
He's edited it so bad. I mean, Peter Stroke and
Lisa
Andrew
Page, they stuck Andrew McCabe so nasty. Fired him the day before he was supposed to retire, and he lost all his bet. Oh my God, I would lose my mind.
That Sally Yates too. So will they bring Mueller back? Finish the investigation, or at least bring him back to head up like all the other research that was.
I think he comes up here with the King of Wands, and then the Fool is on the bottom. There is something new for him here, but I don't think it's a job. I didn't get work or anything around him. It's more along the lines of making sense of documents. Here with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So I think he may be questioned on his report, because here we have the Ace of Wands. So there's a new action taken off, and it does have something to do with foreign leaders or foreign influence or something of that nature. And so there will be a new Russia investigation, but I think he's more along the lines of a witness at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got Mueller right on the bottom, my Mueller card. There's a healing and a cooperation, and things that they have been blocked from that they're going to be confused about. So they want him to come in and explain and some lies and things that have happened. So like things in the Mueller report that were lies, that were changed. So he comes in, he brings them to higher ground, and I get a yes card. Like he comes in and works with them and helps them transition through, looking at the one who went away and all the anxiety that he caused. So he comes in some capacity to transition the FBI, it looks like.
I'm getting that he's happy to commit to an organization here. This is a large body of people, a network, a congregation. So I don't know if he would be under some sort of an agreement here where he has to, because here's an invitation and an agreement, and then there's a party. So I don't know if he's going to be subpoenaed again, or if they're going to have to bring in him for questioning about something, or what happens. But it says that he's happy to agree here to a network, a congregation of people. So
and maybe he wants a little revenge. I mean, they tried to make him look like a fool. They tried to make him look like he was doing something illegal.
Mm-hmm. When that man has been nothing but a straight arrow. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Or maybe it's to stand up for the people in the FBI.
Yeah.
Because
who were basically mocked and ridiculed for 4 years.
Yeah. All right.
But Andrew McCabe was the one that had the groundwork done for the investigation on the money, on all the financials, and then nothing was ever done with it after he was ousted. So
yeah, and then that other weasel, Rosenstein, who was a little weasel, we'll see. Okay, here's a funny one. Will Donald Trump continue to hold rallies even after the election results and it shows that he's a loser? Will he still hold rallies?
I think he will. Yeah, campaign fundraising. I think he will do that till the day he dies. He will hold rallies.
Now, here's the thing. The cities are paying for his rallies at this point.
Yeah,
They're
you never
paying him because he doesn't pay.
He doesn't pay. Have to now pay for his own rally if he wants to do it after he loses. I guess he can use RNC funds if they let him.
They'll be much smaller.
They're
going to be using their funds for all his court cases.
I'm getting that, yes, he will, so that all his supporters that are very important, those that are very, very loyal, will come and visit him. So
they can visit him in jail too.
Yeah, go fund me for when that mofo's like fighting 8 million legal battles when he's out of office.
I get strength and security. First two cards. Yes, he wants to hold more rallies. That way he can secure his strength, his tenacity, his perseverance. Like, look, I'm still in the fight. I haven't left you all. King of Wands and Knight of Swords, however, the new leader has attacked you. He's going to now get to play the martyr, the victim, instead of the bully this time. And, of course, he's able to do the sleight of hand with the Lover's card here. Remember, the Lover's card, I looked this when I was looking up some cards. I didn't notice this, and I guess because it's right in front of your face, and I still didn't notice it. They're in the Garden of Eden in the traditional depiction. Yes, they're in the Garden of Eden. You see where Eve is, there's the tree and the knowledge of good and evil, and the snake and the serpent that tempts her right next to her. So it'll be one of them type of things to where they're all going into this glorious place, and he's going to lie his whole face off, and they're going to eat it up because why wouldn't they? He's sleight of hand and his Lover's card. They'll eat it up until the next Republican comes along.
It's like they purposely like being pulled. They like it. Like at this point,
he's planning on it. He's planning on having more rallies and everything because he likes standing on higher ground because they love him, So this is a lifestyle choice, and he likes that adoration. So yeah, he's hoping to travel and work out all these details of where all he's going to do the rallies and get all those that are subservient to him. I get a big old yes card on it. They're getting them to work together and getting them all riled up. Yes, he will try. So he's going to kill off more Trump supporters, it looks like. I'll be in quarantine.
Oh,
I can't. So
here's my thing, though. I mean, Plan A, get elected. Plan R, get reelected. Plan Z, leave the country, because that's where you should be right now, not holding more pep rallies. Like, you're not in high school. You ain't coming to the homecoming. Like,
I can see him rallying them up to try to stage a coup. Rile up his militia to try to stage a coup. Get them all riled up.
Johnny's using this thing called common freaking sense. He doesn't have that. His ego trumps common sense. That's why his name is Trump, because he trumps himself doing stupid stuff all the time. Like, okay, here's another one. What will the energy be like on next Sunday's reading?
Post-election. What will the energy be like for us reading next Sunday?
On my channel.
On your channel.
We'll have to make it light if it's not. But it will be. All righty then. Good. The man and woman, once again, the King and Queen of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. There's your votes been counted. Six of Cups, nostalgia, good times. Remember back in the day, and you see you got the Hermit too, finding your way. Remember when we were all yes we can, and we had our little bands on and our little O buttons. Yes, the love card, Kumbaya. So there you go. Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's like we're still going to be waiting on the vote counts next week. We will know that Trump has lost. We will know he's the loser. The challenge is to get him to walk away, to leave it. So he's still creating a lot of anxiety around and instability. So we will be speaking a lot to that and trying to share our readings and trying to share something tangible with everyone and letting you know that little Trump is complete. It's done. It's ended. He will be blocked.
So I hope Johnny doesn't mind me having some champagne on his channel next week. I'm getting that we will all be extremely happy here. Very pleasant, very joyful. here's your inspiration, your success, and here's huge loads of success. I think the energy next week is going to be party like it's 1999, baby. Like finally,
it's over. You know, we'll know it's over.
I picked victory over the Medusa.
Victory over Medusa. Y'all heard it.
Coming to an end.
Coming to an end. I mean, we still got to get through, December and January, but at least we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, just keep going. So here's a question. What's the vibe going to be like in the White House the night of the election when he knows he's done? Like, what's the vibe going to be like there?
Thank you, Rose, Julianne, and Cher Bear.
Thank you.
What is the vibe?
Vibe in the White House on the night of the election. Well, there's the house that wanted to pop out all by itself, so I'm going to leave you there. Jay is saying no more Cheeto dust.
Oh, Lord. All these orange fingerprints everywhere. The staff is going to be very happy. There is someone in the White House, however, in a legal capacity. Maybe this is Candy Bar, but somebody is not happy because of something they cannot escape. Very bad news around something they can't escape, or maybe somebody goes to jail. That would be even better because the justice card is here too. So maybe somebody gets escorted out. I don't know if it's anyway, somebody might get escorted out, but here, King and Queen of Cups and the Sun in the middle, the staff is excited. The people who have been there forever, they are excited about the staff change.
Something to look forward to. And maybe they won't keep catching the virus from him. It's going to be all about Trump. He's going to get all the attention here. The challenge is to get him to realize, like, you're going to have to leave this White House eventually and separate yourself, because the tower's on him. They're like trying to play nice and everything and make him an offer like to accept, but I tell you, he's going to tie himself to a radiator or something. He is like, or to a golden toilet or something. He is like, I'm not going. I'm going to be pitching an emotional fit. I'm going to be snorting up my Adderall. There's going to be some big changes around here. So he's going to be firing some people, I think, creating all kinds of anxiety. And I say firing people because people are going to be leaving. And people are going to be talking after they leave. So I think he's going to go on a firing frenzy.
So I get the house, the first card. This is the entourage, quite literally the White House. But in regards to your family or the entourage, people closest to you. Suffering, pain, burden, grief. And then there's an abundance of resignations. Also, people that are senior there might be getting some stiff drinks and getting drunk. But I see mass resignations and people getting drunk, and that's about it. Like,
so we'll be getting drunk celebrating, and they'll be getting drunk drowning their sorrows.
yeah, pretty much. So
thank you, Lucky.
So we'll think have a presidential portrait in the White House after he's bye-bye.
Trump with his little hands and Melania.
Jenny, no. It's Trump, so his hands are going to have to be this big.
They'll make them bigger than they are.
I have the biggest hands ever.
Go ahead, do our Melania impersonation.
Donald, right? I can't see straight when I stretch my face like that, like on the world.
I get yes, but hanging it somewhere appropriate is
In the bathroom.
In the bunker. Hang it in the bunker.
Because it does hang here, but with the Three of Pentacles, there's like, this is the commissioned work for his hanging. I mean, for the hanging of his portrait is what I meant to say. The Eight of Wands and the Five of Cups, though, there is a bit of sorrow, if you will, about the conversation about where it needs to go. So it's not necessarily going to be the first thing you see when you walk in. You may have to ask somebody who has maybe seen it before, and they can tell you, oh, if you go down this hall, you'll see a big door. Don't go through that door. Go left. If you go down about 4 steps, there's a door there, but you can't get through that door. So knock on it a couple times, see if the guy lets you in. Then go down that hall. It's going to be one of them type of things.
Oh, in the basement, in the bunker, over the toilet. Over the toilet.
Trump is becoming my loser card now, where he's always been the fool. Now he's becoming the loser. So yeah, there'll be a painting of the loser. Here's the artist. You know, his challenge is to balance things to Trump's satisfaction. I think they've already got someone working on this at the root, that they've been paying a little bit, but not fully, completely, like they've thrown a little bit of money at them. Trump wants to appear very strong in this, and like a merchant and a businessman. So he wants to be seen more as
the caricature that he really is.
A moneyed man, as opposed to
money, and use the one that he used charity money to make.
Yeah, as opposed to the bully and the thief and the burdened one. You know, so there's the artist is having trouble balancing what he actually looks like and what Trump wants him to look like.
I'm getting that, yes, he's going to. What's so funny, Johnny? Why are you laughing?
Okay. You're going to wear that orange crayon out, aren't you?
I'd take a Sharpie and draw on the painting.
Oh, God.
I'm getting, yes, he is going to have one. Here's the White House, the administration, the entourage. But it's going to be small, and it's going to be funny. It's going to be a joke. This could be a child that's having fun, a child that's playing. It's going to be almost like a caricature, because this is jokes and fun and laughing and being lighthearted, and this is being childish. So
like a prank.
Yeah, so it might be like some sort of a prank.
Could it be possibly that he wants it to look a certain way and we all find it funny? Like he's got muscles and fabulous skin.
Like he's over there, like imagine this. His presidential portrait, he's on a horseback. Mind you, he's never been on a horse. He just wants to channel his inner Putin.
Bare-chested on a horse like Putin.
Yeah, bare-chested, but built like The Rock on a horse. Yeah. Like Putin. Not the fat ass with the 20 chins and the belly that's hanging out.
And the tie down to his knees like a clown.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
I think they should do his portrait with a mask on. Paint him with a mask on.
With Sharpies.
With Sharpies.
Okay.
Paint him with holding a handful of Sharpies.
With diapers on. Oh, Lord. Okay, so here's another question. What is the plan, if there is one? Is there a plan, and what is it? To stop Spanky from destroying the country before he leaves office. Now, he will be a lame duck president. That does not mean that he still doesn't have presidential powers. He can write executive orders till the cows come home. He can pardon every He can cause a lot of damage from November 3rd till January 23rd. Thank you, Mr. RN. So is there a plan to stop him? And what is it?
Because you see, here's my thing. I always get, yes, there's a plan to do this. There's a plan to stop Amy Comey Barrett lady. But you got to get the Democrats to actually pick up something and do it. Like there's a whole lot of stuff the cars always say, but you have to get somebody to actually
move on it.
Yeah.
So, we can just show you potential. So let's look and see. Is there a plan?
I love it when whatever the question is, the card on the bottom always reflects it. That's the planning card on the bottom. Yeah. What's the plan? That's what we want to know.
I just heard Ivanka. I don't know why, but let's see what it says. Well, there she is.
Huh. Jesus.
I think he's going to start to try a little intimidation and Trump boy type garbage here. In this deck, the devil is called ego, and there's going to be a lot of that type of thing to where he's going to come out and try to be the big bad wolf before he has to go away. But there is some woman here who is, there are three women here, actually. There's one that's walking away. She's got a lot of money. That looks like probably Melania or something of that nature, that she may be causing him some personal drama. There's another woman here who is tied up with the courts, because I get the hangman, that woman, and justice. This woman is Ivanka. I don't know how she's tied up with the courts, but she is. The future is in the fear, because he does fear what's ahead. There is someone here in the law, too, that is threatening him. There's a lot of threats. I don't know if they're just idle or if they are. You do know at some point you will not be here, so you do need to make sure that you soften your blow as much as you possibly can. Because somebody's coming for his power, and it's not necessarily his actual power, it's just his mental power. So somebody's going to be playing with him and possibly threatening. But again, they still need to act on this. But that's what I get.
Yeah, I get it's almost like they try to sedate him because justice is coming. Get him to travel because he's go golfing or whatever, because he's just not accepting the election results, being very smug about it. So I get that the emissaries to him, trying to let him know, it's complete, it's done, it's over, and trying to block him from doing any more changes. And then the last four cards, it's kind of interesting. I get the wisdom of Biden versus the can't pick it up, versus the karma of Trump.
I want to be the one, I'm volunteering to be the one that tranquilizes him. Like on those movies where you see the people go like this, and there's that car.
Blow it hard into him, but it's it will be so obvious to us, the wisdom of Biden that's already starting to step forward versus the karma of Trump catching up with them. So it should be interesting to watch.
I asked, I'm getting a yes. They're looking at their options and choices right now to be smart about where they assert their power. Also, options and choices here in regards to fraud that has to do with finances, and fraud that has to do with power. Okay, manipulating power, cunning power. So they already anticipate it because they're looking at what options they have. What's interesting, I asked what it was. I pulled this ginormous line. ultimately it comes down to this group here, which is the garden and the house. Okay, this is a large body of people. So I would read this more like the Senate and this one being more like the House. What concerns me though, it's not so much him that's going to be causing the problem. It's going to be this. I got the whip, the mice, the garden, and the house. This would be like your domestic people that are crazy and stir stuff up here. That becomes a domestic issue. That comes through something important that he gives them access to here, and they're committed to doing that. They're not well. These people are mentally ill. They're not well, and it's domestic here. There's big problems and lies in regards to gaslighting and abusing and fighting in the public. This could be, I think we've discussed this from the Grand Tableau, but it's those organizations of men that that are younger, like boys, you know, that are not all there, and it turns into a domestic issue. But it looks like it's addressed mostly by the Senate and the House. That's what I'm saying, because he inspires them. He gives them access. He gives them permission. I don't have the bird, so I can't tell if this is something that he says. But it's like
boys, Boogaloo boys, stand by. You know, I mean, he triggers them.
Yeah. So that's what. Yeah. So just be vigilant, everybody, because it looks like that domestic stuff is going to get stirred up. So here's another question: why is the GOP delaying the stimulus? Why are the Republicans delaying the stimulus?
Yeah, because they got their judge in. Why continue to delay? It could have helped them with the elections.
Yep.
Like, look, we gave you more money.
Well, I heard it doesn't benefit them, so let's see. Never mind us. They don't live on minimum wage. They ain't got $13 in their checking account. They don't know what that's like.
They don't want to finance it. They think it's too big and it needs to be made smaller. That's what I'm getting. What's that?
So they're the gods of debt.
Yep. It's like if you were hoping and praying for a little bit of help, they want it to be small. It's too large. It's too big. The financing is too large. They want it cut here. Why? Because it's a gift. We don't give handouts to regular people. We give the taxpayers to give handouts to corporations, not you. You know,
put it on Biden too. They want to. They're like having nothing to do with it. They're out in the cold, so I don't think it'll even get passed until Biden comes in. That's their hidden agenda with it. That they're just going to wait.
Well, look how he shot up the debt when he got in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, holding on to money here for a chance of victory. There is a plan behind this holding on to money thing. This is not just, I don't want to give you money. There is an agenda behind it. And like Becca said here with the balance card or the temperance card, they do want to make it smaller because right now it's too big for them. But there is also, I know Nancy Pelosi, I guess that's probably what this is, was trying to put some sort of election law in there too. And they didn't want her to do that. And so they're not getting what they want. So therefore, with the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Cups, they're walking away from it because they're not getting what they want out of it. So therefore, we can't get $1,200 one time.
Nope. But give corporations bazillions of taxpayer dollars because trickle down, baby. That means the piss is getting trickled on all of us. You know, like,
yeah. Canada's giving what $2,000 a month to everybody, and plus they have nationalized health care, and it's like,
yep.
Yeah.
And we're over here bailing out corporations, but forget the people that just got fired by those very same corporations that we're bailing out. You're on your own.
That you gave bonuses to the people at the top too.
It's disgusting. It really is. Speaking of Canada, how is Trudeau going to be feeling when with the election results? He's a handsome little man.
Ivanka agrees.
And so does Melania. The only thing they have in common with those two.
First time she's seen a real man, I guess.
Mm-hmm. God, I got secondhand embarrassment every time I saw her, like just tripping over herself like a little girl. It's just like, oh God, please stop.
You're like, girl, he does not want you. First cards I get is somebody's leaving the White House. Okay. He knows who's going to win. I don't know who told him or how he knows. Maybe he's psychic himself, because I do get my psychic card on top of that. But he knows who's going to win, so he's already in happy dance mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he knows who's going to lose too. Little bitty Trump, the liar Trump, that's delusional. He's concerned because he knows Trump's going to try to hang on. You know, that's the challenge. Trump will try to hang on to the office. And so he's concerned about the juggling and the chaos afterwards. But he thinks it's karma. And then he's got a sense of nostalgia for working together with old friends, and a healing and justice being served. So looks to me like he will work with Biden more than he has ever worked with Trump.
I'm getting that at first he's going to be a little bit suspicious of the institutions here because stuff is going to trial. So this may be in regards to Trump not accepting the results and taking it to the courts here. And there's also something here about very suspicious of religious organizations as well, because this is an institution that's very dogmatic with their spirituality. So suspicious of perhaps some churches. I don't know how that is going to come in, but whatever. But ultimately, he's pleased with the results here. He's satisfied. He's happy. He's joyful. You know, he's going to be kind of side-eyeing us like, what the hell just happened in America? You know, but it's going to be okay.
Can we get it back to normal?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, let's see here. I don't have any funny. Oh, you had funny questions, Jenny. I didn't write them down.
Oh, I think we already did one of them. How will Trump spend his next birthday? What's the energy going to be like next Sunday? We did that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a funny question, but how close will the elections in general be? Not just for Trump, for Congress also. Is it going to be a little blue wave, or is it going to be a big tsunami?
Are we going to have a massive tsunami? I'm going to ask it that way.
Will there be a big blue tsunami?
Because it's not just the Congress I want to know about. I want to know about local governorships, mayorships, attorneys general, all of it.
I voted straight blue all the way down, you know, even for our local officials.
I saw the coolest sign from my neighbor who has it up on his house that says truth over lies, Biden 2020. I'm like, yes.
Yes. So are we going to see some changes in our state legislatures also?
There's going to be a huge change to greed and corruption. So hopefully that means McConnell and Lindsay both bite the dust, but that's just me wishful thinking. But there's going to be a huge change in greed and corruption. There's going to be a new outlook Now, mind you, let me say this as a public service announcement. Please, just because Biden wins, don't become lazy, for lack of a better word. And then in 2 years, he gets a Republican government and then can't do nothing for another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
If you go out and vote tomorrow, or not tomorrow, well, tomorrow and the 3rd, 4th for Republicans, make sure that in 2 years you take your behind back out there to make sure it stays the way he needs it in order to continue his agenda. Otherwise, what's the point of any of this? So there is going to be a good outlook for change. So this is why I think it's going to go blue, because if it was not changing, it would stay red. So there's going to be a good outlook for change. Democrats do take more seats in the House and a slight majority in the Senate, I do believe.
Yeah, I get like the corruption in the government, that people aren't having it. They're sick of it. And so they're watching this election very closely. And people also are very burdened at the root of this right now because they're not getting stimulus checks. So truth and power, sort of truth coming out. There's steady voters manifesting here, and they're going to come out in an onslaught. I feel big blue tsunami, like massive.
I'm getting that as well. And to what Johnie said, yes, 100% yes. Do not get complacent. We saw it happen with Obama. He won, and then 2 years later we got lazy, and then he had a Republican Senate and House for the next 6 years, and he couldn't even sneeze, that man. So do not forget how nasty those people were for these last 4 years, and make them pay. And don't let them back in at all, because you saw the destruction that these people are capable of for power. I'm getting that there will be a blue tsunami. The problem is going to be with the religious crazy wingnuts and blocking them. That's going to be our next challenge, is because here you have some suffering, pain. Here you have the tree, which is your spirituality. This is very dogmatic spiritualism. So organized religion, basically. People that are loyal to organized religion, that are stuck in organized religion, and they're stuck creating huge problems. The problem that we'll be facing next is eradicating these people, getting rid of them, and having separation of church and state. Your interpretation of your holy book should not be used to beat me over the head. See what
They're
I'm
already starting. The pro-lifers are already starting at state levels lawsuits so that they can ramp it up to the Supreme Court for Roe versus Wade and stuff.
Yep. So that's going to be our next challenge. So at your local governorships, your local and state, blue all the way down, because that's I'm seeing that as the next problem.
Can I ask a very disrespectful question?
I like disrespectful.
And it's disrespectful, I say, because we have some detractors now and again that say we shouldn't use our cards for such purposes, but I'm going to do that. I want to do that anyway. If Jesus was black and he comes back in the rapture, how do evangelicals feel about that?
I mean, he's at least darker skin toned. I mean, you know, from the Middle East.
His skin like burnt brass, the Bible says, and hair of wool. I ain't ever seen no white person look like that. So I just.
So you mean to tell me that Jesus don't look like that picture those white people have everywhere of a dark-haired, blue-eyed, white.
The Malibu guy? No. That's
with a nicely trimmed beard, mind you, and very nice wavy hair. Hair, green eyes, nice beard, well dressed in his white.
And he is African Americans. What are they going to think?
What would they do? What would the evangelicals do if Jesus came back and he was black?
Now, mind you, you can't be born nowhere in the Middle East and be white. I just want to let you know. just as complexion. Anyway, all that sun, come on, somebody.
All 12 apostles, the Magi, everybody. You know,
some comedian. It was hilarious to me. He said, and that wasn't their real names. What Middle Easterns you know named Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Nope.
That's true.
Oh, Lord.
I get that they would be very suspicious of it because of something that they may have literally read in a book. And there would be a loss, an ending, a shutdown. This could be also something that is dark, like a drawer, a cabinet, a closet, something that's closed off. But they would be very suspicious. Their knowledge here, it could also be saying that the knowledge or what they have read in a book is very closed. It's closed, narrow, dead, done, kaput. So they would probably die from a heart attack, Johnie. If Jesus came out of the sky and he was a black man, their heads would explode.
They would shun him. They would shun him out in the cold. Here he is, the messenger coming back, making plans, and they're like, "What?" And Mother Mary too.
They'd call ICE. They would call ICE
and
on
Joseph, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, like the whole family. Like, what happened? Yeah, it would put significant burden on them. So
because remember, it was Christians who crucified Jesus.
Uh-huh.
So it is always somebody religious that goes off the deep end and does not actually quite know what their own religion means. I would get that here's patience. They first have to assess the situation. I can't necessarily believe that you are Jesus when on my wall is the man from Malibu, not the man from Nazareth.
And by the way, God's not a woman either in their minds.
No.
Bible Jesus.
Even though God said, let us, because God was speaking to people, let us make man in our image. And woman was created first. I'm sorry, I know that it says Eve and came after Adam, but ain't no man nowhere gave birth to nobody. So I'm just saying. There is action. So then they would have to assess, here is creation. Then they would be thinking about what in the world is going on. I get some would accept, because here's beginnings in faith, because there are some things you cannot deny, because Jesus has proven himself in the past. So if you asked him, hey, I got this bucket of water, what do you think you can do with that? And then he might do a little something with it, and you can have you a drink now and then. But they would blame Obama. I bet they would. Because remember, he was supposed to be the Antichrist.
And then their heads would explode when they find out that Jesus really is a socialist.
Yes.
He wants to help people and not crucify them.
They're going to start questioning Santa Claus too.
And the Easter Bunny and everybody else.
Santa Claus is Mexican, just so y'all know.
So thank you all so very much, Johnie and Jenny and everybody here for hanging out tonight. We will be on Jenny's channel Tuesday night. Look out for the community posts from all of us. For timing and everything for election night. It's going to be a full house, so we'll be in and out. Readers will be in and out.
And next Sunday on Johnny's channel.
Next Sunday it will be on Johnny's channel. Thank you to everyone that donated and super chatted tonight. You guys are freaking awesome. Tuesday nights donations from Super Chat will be going to Feed America on Jenny's channel. And we're gonna be reading all sorts of stuff.
Reading, chatting. We'll take questions from the chat room too to keep us going, because we're gonna be on for a while.
We're gonna be on for a while.
Will make an appearance. Thank you.
Have your champagnes ready, and we hope to see you there. And until next time, you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.